Hello and welcome back to another episode of Clarissa Cooks It All. And on today's episode, we're going to be making some country fried steak along with some mashed potatoes and some pan-seared Brussels sprouts. Let's get started. Cup of flour in here for our country fried steak. Add about a tablespoon of some parsley. We'll do about a half tablespoon or so, maybe a little bit less, of some paprika. Just a little bit of some coarse sea salt. We'll add in a little bit of some pepper. Do about a teaspoon of the umami mushroom. And then we're going to add in about a teaspoon of some oregano. Maybe a little bit less. And then we're going to go ahead and just mix this all up. In our other one over here, we're going to put a couple eggs in there, probably 3 eggs. And we're going to beat those. That'll also be for the battering of our country fried steaks. I'm just going to use 2 eggs in here. If I need another one, I can always add another one in here. Got our oil nice and hot. So we're going to go ahead and take one of our pieces of meat. We went ahead and we pre-seasoned these with a little bit of some salt and pepper on both sides. Now we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna put it in our flour. Then we're gonna add it onto our egg. Get that all nice and covered. And then one more time real quick back into the flour. Get all that extra egg off of there. We don't want that. And then go ahead and we're gonna flour it one more time. And then it's going to be straight into the oil. Okay, so once our country fried steaks are done, we're going to allow our pan to cool slightly. And then we're going to pour out all of the oil. We want all those little brown bits that were in there. We want that to stay in the pan because it's going to add to the flavor of our gravy. We're going to melt about 3 tablespoons of butter in here. And then we are going to add in some onion and some garlic. Once our butter is at least mostly melted, we're going to go ahead and add in our onion and garlic. So I've got some red onions here. We're going to add that in. About a half of a red onion, slightly, roughly chopped. And then I use 4 cloves of garlic. I like a lot of garlic in everything that I cook, so I always use quite a bit. And then we're just going to saute these up a little bit until they're nice and tender and nice and fragrant. Then we're going to start by working on making our roux by adding in our flour. I'm going to use probably about 2 tablespoons of flour in this, and then we'll start adding in our heavy cream and then our milk. Okay, our onions are really starting to smell amazing. We're going to turn our heat down a little bit. We want this on a low heat once we go to add our flour into here. Okay, so we're gonna add our flour. Just gonna kind of gently place it over the whole thing. And then we're gonna start to mix this up. Now it's gonna start to thicken up and kind of start to caramelize a little bit almost. And we're gonna start adding our heavy cream in just a moment. So when we start adding this in, we want to add this in nice and slow and mix it all up and to incorporate it all in. We're gonna do probably about a cup of heavy cream in total, and then we're gonna add in some milk. Before you turn your pan on, you're gonna have your Brussels sprouts in there drizzled with a little bit of some olive oil, some salt, some pepper, and parsley. Then we're gonna add some water into here. Now we're not looking to cover these. We just want enough water in there where these are gonna get nice and steamed and cooked through. Then we're gonna add some butter throughout the whole top of here, and then we're gonna put a lid on it, start it. Okay, so we got our water in here. We've drizzled this with olive oil and olive oil, salt and pepper. Now we're gonna just add some butter all around here. Use a couple tablespoons. Now we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna turn this on. We're gonna put a lid on this, and we're gonna let this continue to cook down. So once we can start smelling these Brussels sprouts, we want to go ahead and take this lid off. That means they're just about done, and we want the rest of this liquid to go ahead and evaporate up out of here, and for that butter to take over, and for the bottoms of these to go ahead and start searing up.